It was one of the more painful Senate hearings in recent memory. Matthew S. Peterson, a member of the Federal Election Commission, was one of 5 of President Trump's judicial nominees being questioned by the Senate Judiciary Committee on Wednesday when Senator John N. Kennedy, Republican of Louisiana, singled him out for an interrogation. Thus commenced what appeared to be an excruciating 5 minutes of ignorance on Mr. Peterson's part, as he answered most of Senator Kennedy's questions in the negative. No, he had not ever handled a jury trial, or even a bench trial. In fact, he had not handled any civil or criminal trials at all, in either state or federal court. No, he had never argued a motion in state court. No, he could not define the Daubert standard, a well-known standard, among lawyers, anyway, for admitting expert testimony. Nor could he explain a motion in limine, a formal request to exclude certain kinds of evidence. Mr. Peterson, who practiced election law at a firm before joining the government, and who has been nominated to the Federal District Court for the District of Columbia, attempted to justify his inability to answer the questions. I understand that the path that many successful district court judges have taken has been a different one than I've taken, he said. Toward the end of the hearing, Mr. Peterson also came up empty on 2 lesser-known points of legal doctrine. He did not immediately respond to a request for comment on Friday. The hearing could have been simply a bad memory for Mr. Peterson, but Senator Sheldon Whitehouse, Democrat of Rhode Island and a member of the Judiciary Committee, shared a video of the exchange on Thursday evening on Twitter. He characterized Senator Kennedy's queries as basic questions of law and snarked that Mr. Peterson couldn't answer a single one. Boy, the clip quickly attracted attention, and criticism, from the legally educated to the less so. Don't want to beat up on the guy, but the questions he was being asked could be answered by a second-year law student, said Anderson Francois, a professor at Georgetown Law School. In the past year, I have supported nearly every one of President Trump's picks, but I don't blindly support them, Senator Kennedy said in a statement. I ask questions that I expect them to be able to answer. In doing so, I'm just doing my job. That's why we have a Madisonian-inspired separation of powers. We need checks and balances so that we can serve the American people well. Opinions among judges and legal experts interviewed on Friday ran the gamut, with some less critical of Mr. Peterson than others. Judge Wayne R. Anderson, who was a federal judge in the Northern District of Illinois for close to 20 years, explained that there was a continuing debate within the legal profession about the qualifications required of a trial judge. He said that while trial experience was clearly beneficial, a nominee's personal qualities were more relevant. Anyone who steps to the federal bench lacks a huge amount of federal experience necessary to do the job, he said. He said that while Senator Kennedy's questions were relevant, such questions would eliminate 80% of the nation's lawyers and many of the most talented lawyers.